guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I wanted to discuss my experience with COVID, my symptoms, what I dealt with when I had it. I know a lot of people are very worried and concerned about the potential to get it. So I just want to hopefully help someone out there who's looking at videos now who may think that they have it or just is curious on what to look out for. If this video is for you, keep on watching. Now, I know that when I thought I had it, I looked up tons of videos on YouTube basically to confirm thoughts of my suspicion. So I guess I'll start with my symptoms. My symptoms all started when I caught it from my job. So I worked on a Friday, and towards the end of the school day, because I'm a teacher, my head was killing me. It must have been like 3:10, 3:15, and normally the kids get out at like 3:30. So I was towards the end of my day, and I was on a break, my second break, my unassigned break. I was waiting for dismissal, and I had a horrible headache. I decided to go home and check my fever or check my temperature. When I normally go into work in the morning, I have my temperature read. So when I came in that morning, that Friday, it was 97.4, which is normal for me because I normally have a low temperature. That's just how my body is. So when I got home, I still was dealing with, like I said, the headaches and stuff like that. My temperature was 99.9. And that kind of was like an alarm for me because of the fact that whenever I'm sick, anytime I'm sick, I never have a fever. Like, it's just not something that I experience. So I knew that something was wrong. I knew my body was fighting something that have never even experienced in my lifetime. So I took some ibuprofen liquid gels and I went to sleep because I just was not feeling good, not feeling my best, and I said I'm gonna go to bed. So I went to bed and I woke up at like 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock I woke up and I was feeling fine. Like, I don't know what happened between me feeling horrible and me waking up. I felt fine. So I thought it was just a fluke, or I just thought it was something that, maybe it was just something that happened rapidly and it's gone now. So I was when I first had a fever and I had the headache, I had my mask on when I came home because, like I said, I thought I had COVID. But then afterwards, when I woke up from my nap and I didn't have a temperature, which was weird. So I said, okay. My mom's like, you're fine, you don't have it. And I believed her, I didn't have it. So I was talking with my parents, talking with my brother, and it was his birthday, the day before his birthday. So I was planning on taking him out to eat, but I didn't because I'm like, I don't feel well and I'm not gonna chance going out and exposing someone to this. We sang happy birthday and all that stuff, and like I said, I was around them, but I didn't have my mask on because I felt better. Didn't have a fever, headache was gone. It just was something freaky that happened. So I came back in my room. I said, you know what, I'm gonna lay back down. I laid back down. I woke up at 10 o'clock. Checked my temperature. My temperature was 102.7, and I have pictures of it, so I'll put it up here. My temperature went from 99.9 to 102.7, and I said, okay, there's something wrong at this point. So when I woke up, checked my temperature, I also was experiencing my headache again with back and neck ache. Like, I have been in a car accident once in my life, and it felt like that. And it was weird because in my head I'm like, well, maybe did I work out too hard the day before? Because the day before I had worked out in my room and I did like this HIIT cardio thing, and I'm like, maybe it's delayed onset muscle, like muscle tears and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, it's maybe it's just in my head. Usually when I have like delayed onset muscle aches, it's not that severe. So I knew I had COVID at that point. So the next day, Saturday came, and I still had a fever. I was feeling really bad. Now this is day 2 of symptoms. I was feeling really bad. I wasn't eating. I was hardly drinking, and I was vomiting at this point. I was feeling really nauseous from my headache. Like I felt really uneasy. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go get tested. I went, now this was like 2 o'clock because I had slept all day. 2 o'clock, I went to the urgent care facility and I went to see if I could get tested. They said, sorry, we're not testing people for the rest of the day. So at that point, I'm like, oh my God, okay, so I'm gonna have to go home, deal with this for another half a day, and then Sunday, I'm gonna have to get up at the crack of dawn to get tested. So like I said, Saturday, I dealt with the whole nausea, not just not having an appetite and all of that. And at night, Saturday night, I experienced no taste and no smell. Like I couldn't smell my food. All my food tasted the same. And it was like, okay, I know I have it at this point. So the urgent care opened at 9. They told me that people start lining up at 6 and 7 o'clock. So I wanted to be the first person online to get seen. And I know that they also said that they only take about 40 patients a day to test because it's just so many people, they can't get everybody in on top of people with other issues aside from COVID. So I said, okay, oh my gosh. So it's 6 o'clock, people start lining up. I'm gonna have to wake up at 4:30, 5 and get there at 5:30. I got there at 4:30. So I didn't even sleep from Saturday night till 4:30. I did not sleep. I probably slept off and on, but I really wasn't sleeping. And then I got in my car and I drove to Urgy, and I was the first person online. I had my camping chair, I had a blanket. I just was sitting there and I waited till 9 o'clock when they opened. So when they opened, they gave me a rapid test, and the guy, the medical assistant who was administering the test, he had it and he was testing and he was looking at it, and when like 2 seconds he saw that it was positive. He told me, he said, I'm gonna have to bring the doctor back so he can talk to you about what's going on. So he couldn't give me my results. His face just said it all. He was like, you know, and the way he was carrying on, he was like, okay, she has COVID. So the doctor came in with his scrubs and all that gear that they come in with. He's like, yeah, you have COVID. And I literally was so scared for my health. I was scared for my life, and you just see all these things on TV about people dying from this, and I know I have health issues, so I didn't want to be in that predicament. So he's like, you're gonna be fine. And he told me like what I need to do, all the steps. I had to quarantine for 10 days and just stay in my room. I went home, I let my parents know on the phone that I was positive. I stayed away from them. Now this is Sunday morning. Now from Friday to Sunday, I was in my room. Like I was not allowed to come out. I had food sent to my room, and you know, I was in here by myself for 3 whole days. Sunday night and Monday, my mom, my dad, and my brother's girlfriend had symptoms. My brother did not have any symptoms. He was asymptomatic. But they all had coughing and shortness of breath. I didn't have that. On Sunday night, I was dealing with, like I said, fever, headache, body aches and chills, loss of smell and taste. I was also dealing with gastro problems. The next day, they got tested at a drive-thru. They didn't want to go to urgent care. They got the drive-thru, and it came back that they were positive too. So I was so upset. I'm like, this is all my fault. I felt guilty. At that point, we could all intermingle because we all had it at that point. So I was let out of quarantine. I was out there with my mom and dad, but I still was sick. So Monday, I had to go to the hospital because I was dehydrated. Like, no matter how much Gatorade, water, I was drinking like probably 2 gallons of liquids, and it just was not helping me. So I had to go into the hospital, and they had to give me IV fluids intravenously, and I got better. So I went home Tuesday. I spoke with my primary care doctor, and he told me about this AntiBody infusion, that it helps people. Now, because I have autoimmune disease, I was eligible to get this, and it helps people who are more susceptible of being hospitalized for this to, they can get it. The following day, so 2 days later, this was Thursday, I was dehydrated again. They could not find a vein. They stuck me like probably 20 times. I'm not exaggerating. They had 6 different doctors and nurses come and try to get an IV. Could not happen. It wasn't happening. So my doctor got on the phone, and he's like, okay, you have to go to the ER. They're gonna have to do something there because they have specialized equipment that could find your veins and all this stuff. And I'm like, here we go again. And so I went to the ER, not urgent, ER, and they couldn't stick me the first time either. So they said, okay, I'm gonna bring someone in here with a sonogram. So I had someone come in with a sonogram to like find a vein. They couldn't stick me at that point either. So the last thing, which I can tell you is I would not recommend getting it. It is a angiogram. And what an angiogram is, they stick this wire inside your vein all the way up to your heart to try to get medicine in your veins, because you can't, every time they poke me, either my vein collapsed or they couldn't find a vein because I was severely dehydrated. After I dealt with all of that horribleness, I took the infusion, which was like a day or 2, and then I felt 100% better. Like, it helped me a lot. So that was like last week's Friday, Saturday. So it is a week later. I'm out of quarantine and I'm better. I am going to be getting another COVID test to see if I'm negative, just for my own sanity, to make sure I don't give anybody else anything. I've been wearing a mask, gloves. When I go back to work, it's gonna be a different story. But I hope that this helped you guys out. I do want to also add that when I went to urgent care and they diagnosed me with COVID, that they gave me a Z-Pack. A Z-Pack doesn't really work. It's this COVID has this illness or disease or viral infection, virus has no cure. So that was something that like I took, but it really wasn't for nothing. So it didn't help me. The only thing that really helped me personally was the AntiBody infusion. So when I got that, I felt 100% better, and which is crazy because I got my first symptom on Friday, and that Monday I was supposed to go for the vaccine. So things happen for a reason, and I just want to add, I hope you guys are all staying safe, happy, and healthy out there. Wash your hands, wear a mask. It's real. Don't take it lightly. It's something to be really concerned about. Stay 6 feet away from people. Don't go anywhere where there's more than crowds, like a lot of people around. Don't do it, because you can get it. It is possible. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, any follow-up questions you have for me, please put it in the comments down below. I will be glad to answer them, and I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time with my new video.